So the president has just arrived at the 37 Military Hospital. The president, with a large entourage, including the acting defense minister, Castle Atufosen. I've also seen the chief of staff arriving here. So is the president, as in your shots now, exchanging pleasantries with some of the ministers here. The acting defense minister, Castle Atufosen, is here. The minister in charge of government communication, all of them are here, even including the deputy defense minister. Are all here this afternoon because of this particular tragic incident. We're told that the president is here to get first-hand information in relation to this tragic incident which happened earlier today, where some six persons who were seeking to be enlisted into the Ghana Armed Forces unfortunately passed when they tried to get into the El Wak Sports Stadium. The president is here with a large entourage this very afternoon. He's currently having a conversation with the officers here. I'm sure after taking or getting that briefing, that would inform the president what to do next. But the situation this morning was very tense because, and even what we're picking up is that the some of these applicants try to scale the wall into the premises of the sports stadium, which unfortunately led to this very tragic development. Mami, in fact, this morning the numbers at the sports stadium were very huge, and the limited number of military officers were unable to control the large numbers, and they were pushing from. Oh, all right. I wanted to let you listen to what is happening, but they wouldn't allow us to do that at the moment. They wouldn't allow us to listen to what is happening at the moment. But the president is clearly having an interaction with some of the officers here. The deputy defense minister is telling the president the what he has heard, because he was here early on before the president. The acting defense minister himself, Kasulato Forsen, is also here, and all of them are having a conversation at the moment. It looks like the president is getting a briefing from them, and that would inform him what he should do next. We're trying to let you hear some of the interactions that are currently happening, but the security officials here wouldn't allow that to happen. But the president is clearly listening to some of the things that are being said at the moment. Just as I was saying, the large numbers at the sports stadium, El Wak Sports Stadium, probably led to this, because the sports stadium, were told, that was very full. So now the president is going inside the emergency ward. We are following him to know what will happen. But the president is clearly going to see some of those who were injured as far as this process was concerned. So they wouldn't allow us in the emergency ward. They wouldn't allow us in, but the president went in with the acting defense minister, Kasulato Forsen, the deputy defense minister, and also the minister in charge of government communication. I also saw the chief of staff, Julius Debra. All of them are here this afternoon because it's a very tragic incident where some six persons died today because they were trying to, go through the documentation and body selection process in order to be enlisted into the Ghana Armed Forces. But it's just quite unfortunate that they lost their lives at the moment. And some of the applicants that I have been speaking with, in fact, told me that there was breach in communication, because they were all told to come today. Meanwhile, it was really done in batches. So when all of them got here, those who were fortunate to enter the premises of the stadium went through the process, and many of them who were stranded outside had no option but to leave, because that was the information given to them, that they wouldn't be able to go through the process and that they should come back the next day or maybe on Friday or Saturday to go through the process. So we are now going inside. We are not going inside the emergency ward. We are going inside the emergency ward. This is Joy News. Please, this is Joy News. I'm the reporter. Yes. So they wouldn't allow us in. They had called us, but what we're hearing now is that they wouldn't allow us in at the moment. We wanted to get in to know what is happening inside, the interaction between the president and some of those injured as far as this development is concerned. So we're still, stationed here. As and when we are given the opportunity to go in, we will bring you all the details as far as the development here is concerned. The development has drawn the attention of the president himself, who just drove in a few minutes ago with a host of other government officials, including the minister in charge of government communication, Felix Kwashiorfosu, and the deputy defense minister. In fact, he was here early on, even before the president arrived, to receive the briefing. And when the president arrived, the first person he interacted with was him, just to appreciate the situation at first hand before he would go in there to see the victims for himself. In fact, I must add that the acting defense minister, Kasela Tufosen, is also here. And clearly, when he was arriving here, I could see that there was pain. The pain was palpable on his face as he arrived here, just to appreciate what is happening here. So we're still outside the emergency, so the trauma and surgical emergency ward. We stationed outside the entrance to the ward, monitoring all the developments here. The media persons, we are here in our numbers, but they wouldn't allow us in at the moment. And we're just waiting to see and to hear what the president would say this afternoon following this very tragic, very, very tragic incident. And in fact, this has been a perennial situation where thousands of young people go to various centers just to be recruited or go through the necessary process to be enlisted into the Ghana Armed Forces. But it looks like this year's situation has turned very, very unfortunate, where we recording death because some of them, based on the videos we've seen, tried to scale over the wall at the El Wak Stadium, and this probably led to what we are reporting this very afternoon. In fact, we will leave no stone unturned this afternoon as we bring you all the details regarding this very unfortunate development. I spoke with a woman who was clearly traumatized. In fact, she said she received a call from her child that he was suffering some leg injury, and the woman wanted to just have a view, or wanted to just see the condition of her child, but the military officers who were at the entrance of the sports stadium would not allow her in. And in fact, the pain on her face, I mean, I could see the struggles or the pain that she was going through at that point, just to catch a glimpse of her son and be sure that he was okay. And that was just the situation for a lot more parents who came there. When they heard the news, they just quickly rushed there to be sure that their wards were safe. But the military officers who were there wouldn't allow them in the sports stadium, and they were virtually traumatized at that point. And this is what we are reporting this afternoon, that 6 persons have been confirmed dead, whilst others 2 are injured, and they are all at the 37 military hospital. The dead persons have been sent to the military hospital morgue, and those injured are currently at the trauma and surgical emergency ward here at the 37 military hospital. Very, very tasty. Very tasty. So the president is coming out. The president is coming out at the moment. He's coming out from the trauma and surgical emergency ward. He has gone through. He has gone inside to check the condition of the those injured at the hospital, and he is now heading back from the ward with the finance minister and acting defense minister Kasala Tufosen, deputy defense minister Broja Jemfi, and also the minister in charge of government communications Felix Kwachio Fosu. I've also seen the chief of staff Julius Debra. All of them are here because this is a very big development this afternoon, where 6 persons died after a stampede at the Elwak Sports Stadium. The president is now heading out from the trauma and emergency ward here at the 37 military hospital. I can see some of the military officers. I can see some of the military officers leading the team out from the ward. Yes, I can see some of the. So I can see the president heading out now with the ministers of state who are all here at the hospital following this very tragic situation which happened this morning at the Elwak Sports Stadium. Hello, can you?